It's Wednesday. And you know what that means. It's time for the two of us doing the show for the first time together in, a month. I don't know. But
And it's last time the two of us together, but just the two of us. So, yeah.
Well, as far as this show goes, like as
This
far
show,
as the
yes.
weekly,
As
far as the weekly episodes go.
We're definitely not collaborating by any means. It's also Wednesday. You know what that means? It means I can't figure out how to retweet the damn video for today.
You know what? It's not your fault. Twitter changed something with its app, so like it looks all weird now.
It is.
So I'm not sure what that's all about.
That's all right. People are watching. They know we're here anyway, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's true. What's up, Matt? How you doing?
Good to see you.
So, a lot is going on this particular weekend. I figured I'd just jump right into that conversation.
Hell yeah, let's talk about it. There's a lot of shit going on, period, around the wrestling and the Greg Cherry world. So let's just dive as deep as we can in the next 57 minutes.
Yeah. So I had zero intention last week at this time of going to Fanatics Fest or going to New York at all this weekend.
Yeah, really.
Because I was like, like people who I want to see is like, I don't necessarily want to go. I can't go on Sunday because like it's before work and I don't want to be driving home and coming home at 11 o'clock on a Sunday night just to go to work in the morning.
Yeah, no.
But then this dropped last week.
This shit. Yeah.
I'm going to be getting a photo op with the Bella Twins. So I figure.
Never a bad time for that.
No, I can't pass it up. But, 2 years ago at SummerSlam, I had the opportunity to meet them because their line was not long at all.
Right.
But, going up to talk to two beautiful women while you're still married is not a great idea.
Not generally speaking, no.
No. Now I don't have that problem.
Okay, it's valid.
So, yeah. So it'll be a good time. I hope it's probably going to be another Rush thing like it was with Trish and Lita. So
maybe it just, what you could do. And I find this strategy to work very well, at least where I work. And again, meeting the characters is not exactly the same thing as meeting who you're meeting over the weekend by any means. Right. But I have found, and I've seen other guests do this, if you hang back and wait for the end of the line, you get more time. Now, you're going to be in a line of probably hundreds or even 1,000 or so people. So maybe that might not work for you. It just depends on what time the meet and greet starts, what time it ends, and just kind of gauge it. If you hang back and depending on what you have planned, the rest is also on Saturday, or is the meet and greet on Sunday?
So the meet and greet is Saturday morning,
okay,
10:30. So that won't be too bad. Before we continue into that, I wasn't sure what I was going to do the rest of the day until Saturday night's main event, which I'm also going to now.
Right, which is awesome. You're going to the Garden, dude. Fuck you for that, first of all.
I've always wanted to go to a show in MSG. And considering I have never been to New York until April of this year, and this is now my, third or fourth time going to New York?
Which is crazy.
Just in the last few months.
Yeah.
I just found out through social media means that this is taking place on Saturday as well.
Yeah. Can we throw out some love for our buddy CVV? Like, holy, what a year he's having, first of all. My God. And The Undertaker, dude. Like, holy shit.
Yeah. Let me take the banner off because, it's Saturday. So I don't miss the Bella's photo op. Like, I don't have to miss any time for that.
So
I get that. I get to watch CVV live with Taker. Hopefully get a picture with CVV because, like, I feel like he's somebody who I haven't had consistent contact with. I would like to at least, meet him, talk to him a little bit, and go from there.
Did you spring for the VIP? Because he usually does that with the Insight Lives.
I don't. I'll have to look to see like if there's tickets for that, or if that's just
like is.
Okay, I'll have to look into that.
Because that will guarantee you a VIP meet and greet with him. And God, depending on what Undertaker's time it is, he may be part of that.
Yeah, let me Let me see while we're.
Yeah, when he had Ethan Page on at the where the hell were we? The Improv in Hollywood last summer. The meet and greet was included in the VIP, and it was supposed to be with Ethan as well, but Ethan had to bounce. So Chris is awesome. I actually got to meet his wife finally, who Rachel's great too. Him and his wife are both awesome people. Can't say enough good about the Van Vliets. But yeah, hearing it. I watched it because it was on YouTube also, but his conversation with Paul Heyman and his, he finally got a conversation with Stone Cold Steve Austin this year, and the hilarity of him and Will Sasso, and I always forget the other comedian Dan's last name,
Dan Soder.
Thank you. Yes. Hearing the three of I actually we talked about this briefly, Chris and I, just sitting back and watching Dan and Will just completely Jesse Ventura and Mega Power their way through the impressions I was literally thankful I was close to a bathroom.
Okay. Wow, so not only that, apparently Stephanie McMahon is doing her podcast live on Saturday.
Yes.
With Chris Van Vliet as her guest, and also James Harrison.
James Harrison, what the hell?
Like, what a random combination.
Dude, the FanX Fest is boffo, dude. That's crazy. Okay, yeah. So all right. So with Stephanie's thing, are they doing a meet and greet after, or is she just doing the podcast with Chris?
I think she's just doing the podcast. I feel like it's going to be one of those things that's just like out in the open.
Right.
Okay. Like, I don't think you'll have to pay. Like, I think if you buy the ticket to get in, like,
I mean,
you
maybe
get to just experience it that way.
I just know the meet and greets themselves, even the, VIP post show or whatever, those do get pricey. That's why I was asking if you had checked ahead, because I only did it with Chris's show this last time. It's because I hadn't had a decent picture with him that wasn't, rushed in the middle of the Comedy Store in Hollywood, post Sam Roberts panel of crazy WrestleMania weekend. So I wanted to get a good picture with Chris. Stephanie's the only McMahon I haven't met. That'd be cool to meet her too.
Yeah, it would be.
That's good stuff, man. Look at you.
That's just wild. Like, I'm sure I'll find stuff to do. Hopefully I don't go broke.
Well, and again, you don't have the governor on your hip like you did. So, there is that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just crazy. Like obviously I've seen The Undertaker in person, probably not this close.
No.
But like I've watched a streak match live, as have you.
Yes.
So
yes.
It's going to be a good time. I should have fun. And then Saturday night's main event in the Garden.
Yeah.
It's just,
regardless of the current creative or the card they're presenting to us, going to the Garden for a Saturday night's main event is, for us old fogey fans, like, oh shit. So that's cool. That's just cool.
I mean, just going to the Garden in general.
Okay.
As a wrestling fan. I feel like it's a rite of passage or something.
No, it is. I've been trying, like, for so many years, like, not really trying. I say trying with a grain of salt. But trying to figure out, okay, if the Kings are in town to play the Rangers, at the same time WWE's in town for their, like, I could just double up the trip. But it never seems to happen, ever. So I'm going to one of these days just suck it up and just go, okay, we're just going to go to a Garden show one of these days.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens. I'm happy for everybody that's going. I know a lot of our fellow content creators and podcast folks are going to be at Fanatics Fest at the Garden. They're going to be all in and around New York, and I'm looking forward to everybody meeting everybody and just sitting back and thankfully making Disney money still, but happy for my friends.
Yeah, it should be fun. I'm hoping that I'll get to run into some people who create content. I think, based on the Facebook interaction we had, I think Scott Gott is going to be there too.
Oh, good.
So I'll get to meet Scott in person for the first time.
Cool. Scott's good people too.
Yeah. Too bad he's not defending his WWE trivia title. I would love a shot at that.
Can you And imagine, like, oh my God. We need to arrange that just like the next time there's a big event, like a some kind of convention or nearby, or even New York, and just all right, title for title, winner take all.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why not?
JB3 is in the chat. What's up, sir?
JB3, love it. Yeah, it's so funny. You're going to New York this weekend. Friday is Disneyland's 71st anniversary. July 17th, which is, WWE wrestling had its Black Saturday. We had our Black Sunday in 55. That day, the first day was what it was. But I try to go every year, and I am going. So, and I actually have the day off. I'm actually off today, tomorrow, and Friday. Just today, I'm recovering because I feel like caca.
Yeah.
So Friday will be, hopefully, after plenty of these and some water and some soup, we'll be ready to go Friday, and then I can try to watch Saturday's Main Event on demand when I get back from work.
There you go. JB3 asking the important questions.
It is actually let me see if I can get the tag without if it's tagless, but it is a Six Flags Joker shirt, JB3. My son bought this for me more than a couple years ago, but I'll put it this way. It's been so long since I just found it recently. My mom found it actually when I was moving out, that it fits obscenely loosely, which is why I wear it on the air and, around here and not out and about. But it's a great shirt. My son's a Six Flags season pass, whatever the hell they call their thing, has been for years. And one of the trips he went, he saw this and he knows I love the Joker. So he bought it for me. I love this shirt. It's comfy as hell. It very much fits days I have. The Joker's whole thing was all it takes is one bad day. He's laughing hysterically and he's got that great look on his face that only the Joker can provide. So I love it. Found my Horseman shirt, which was pissing me off. I couldn't find that shirt, so I'm glad I got that back.
You know what you should buy? You should buy some Greg Cherry brand shirts. Politics Doesn't Work.
I've got the Politics Doesn't Work Roz Warder.
Yeah, the classic one.
The classic one has not yet migrated to Orange County from Santa Clarita. That is one of the next trips I take, is going to be grabbing more clothes, because I do have plenty of clothes even through a work week, but not just to do stuff like this. So
I'll tell you what, like, getting these shirts, and this isn't like a direct ad, but it's also my product, so who cares?
All important these shirts, like Greg Cherry brand. Oh man,
yeah, GregCherrybrand.com. So if you want one of these shirts are super comfortable.
Yeah,
they're so soft. And I got one that was like the Roz War Politics Doesn't Work hoodie. Oh my goodness, softest hoodie I've ever had in my life. Man, no kidding.
It is amazing as we get older how much we appreciate the smaller things. Like, dude, comfort in a shirt or a hoodie is so damn important, especially now. You need a comfy shirt because it's hotter than balls outside across the damn country. Like, my word, another heat wave again. Mm-hmm. I'm grateful I'm indoors with air conditioning there and a fan right here, because it's supposed to cool down Friday when I go in for the entire operations day for the anniversary. But man, it is hot enough to make me. It's just bad, and it's worse at home. Apparently, it's over 100 degrees at the old house. So,
yeah, it was like 99 today in New York. So I was like, I'm glad it'll cool down a little bit before I go, because that's the no bueno.
Yeah, when our friends at NoDQ.com HQ are having over 100 degrees in Michigan, that's some bullshit.
Yeah,
but hey. Banana guys don't melt.
Yeah. I know former Greg Talks to People guest, Felicia Rose. She lives in like the Brooklyn area, so she's suffering with that currently. So hopefully it's not too bad.
Yeah, it is. And it's one of those, like, people, it's so hot. It's like, it happens same time every year. It keeps getting hotter, like, every year. I'm just not happy with the humidity. Like, I don't know about the East Coast and how you guys are doing, but it has been.
The humidity is rough.
Ungodly, unnaturally, not naturally, before, like, abnormally humid. The last 3-4 summers. My first summer on cast, I always tell this story. I signed in Dylan's mom and her sister and their sister's kids into the parks, and because Dylan's mom is a guest with disabilities, we took the little Mickey Van ADA shuttle back to the parking structure. I opened that door. I felt like Florida hit me in the face. I'm like, did you drive this fucking thing to Disney World? I'm like, what the? It was so thick.
Yeah.
Like, and you and I have been in the area of Orlando. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. The rest of you went to was in Miami, but
yeah. But I mean, I've been to Disney World before, so I have.
Oh, okay. So yeah. What time of year did you go to Disney World?
Well, it was during the winter, so like,
I went at some points. So
yeah, I went in January with my ex family, and then like with my the ex-in-laws, and then like I went years and years and years ago with my family.
Okay,
so, but that was in November.
Okay, so and was it still like humid and like Floridian, or was it a little bit better at that point?
I don't think it was as bad as it could have been.
Okay.
But, time of year, like it was still in like the 70s and 80s, but it wasn't.
Yeah, because the first time we went as a group, as far as my brother and my parents and I, we were there the week Bret Hart debuted in WCW. I will always have that timeline lined up because I missed the Nitro Bret debuted because the hotel didn't carry TNT. But when I got had the VCR, had to set the VCR and leave it recording for a week. Like I had to like set it up to get how fucking old we are. Jesus Christ. But yeah, so it wasn't like hot, but it was muggy and it rained every day. Like it started raining when we got on the shuttle from the airport back when Disney still had their shuttles in the airport before 9/11 made that not a thing anymore. And pandemic bastards. And it didn't stop raining until we literally boarded the plane to come back to LA.
That sounds about right.
Very wet week. But then when Dad and I went for WrestleMania week in 2008, it started to rain. I told the story on Talk Wrestling, that infamous Talk Wrestling that's on the back porch of the house. I looked up at the sky when the sprinkles came down and I went, no, and it stopped. So it really just depends. I'm planning to take Dylan the first 4 days of February because I was told crowd levels and the weather will be both very cooperative. So we shall see. He's never been.
Well, yeah. That should be fun.
Well, yeah, because last time I was there was the week he was born. We landed on Tuesday. He was born Friday. So
yeah, so might as well go back to see it.
Yeah, and not having to worry about obligations, with wrestling. Oh, hey, WWE, if you book the Chamber in February in Florida, I won't say no. Let me just throw that out there. Well, it depends what day the Rumble is next year because it's like early February I'm going. So hell, book the Rumble in early February like you did this year.
I was gonna say the Rumble's been in early February, so they'll probably do it like January 30th just to mess with you. They still haven't announced where the Rumble's at.
No. And the fact that Survivor Series is at the home of the Trastros just makes me barf. Ugh. The colors are.
I feel like Pittsburgh is only eligible for SummerSlam at this point. Like we're not going to get WrestleMania because they didn't like doing WrestleMania on the East Coast because it was so cold.
No.
So cold. It was like 50. Grow up here. But, yeah, like the Rumble's not going to happen in friggin' Heinz Field, Acrisure Stadium, PNC Park because it's outside and like nobody wants to wrestle in the snow.
Which is why SummerSlam's in Minnesota. Because there's no snow, in theory, in Minnesota.
Yeah, it's 1 week where Minnesota doesn't have snow. They're going to SummerSlam.
Right. Yeah. I hope you guys get at least something. We're spoiled out here, rotten out here in LA. Like,
I know.
There was a theory thrown down, and I forget who I was watching. It was probably one of the Conrad shows because that's what I fucking watch when I'm not working with you or with you. I like the idea that Bischoff put out years ago of like, and it's not good for tourism. It's not really good for the bottom line, especially with TKO now, but WrestleMania in one place every year, like Vegas, because you can just make it happen. Rumble in one place every year, Survivor Series in one place every year, SummerSlam in one place, and then the B shows travel, if that makes sense. I know it's very divisive.
I don't like that because people bitch about AEW running the same venues for shows every year. Like they complained about Full Gear running in Newark all the time, which I like because I can travel to that. But now it's in Arizona this year, so I'm probably not going to another AEW pay-per-view this year.
Yeah, and then I was bitching about Rebellion, being finally getting a TNA pay-per-view in LA proper at the campus of SC, and the next year they take it away and move to fucking Cleveland on purpose. Like, why would you? First of all, you go to Cleveland on purpose anyway. Like, why would you do that? But
going from USC to Cleveland is like going from the dumpster into a fire.
It's valid. And yes, WCW had Road Wild and Sturgis, but that has been notoriously identified as a money pit and a Bischoff, freaking ego rub.
Yeah.
Not just Bischoff, but Bischoff was a biker guy.
I was gonna say, I feel like that show was just to pop Eric Bischoff because he was like,
what? It was a cool visual the first year. It was a cool visual even the second and third year. The last year they were there in '99, Hogan wasn't Hollywood anymore.
No.
The semi-main was Rodman and Savage,
where Rodman got thrown into a porta potty.
Yeah, it was Road Wild '99. It feels like it was a fever dream. Yeah. And the problem was the red and yellow turn happened the Nitro before. Like if it had happened at the show, would have been, oh shit! Like, but like they did it on Nitro, which was great because it was on free TV and I got to watch it, and it's still one of my favorite Hogan moments ever. Just because Heenan actually popped positively for him, which never happened, never again.
Yeah, never happened, and probably never did again.
No, never. But it just I understand the divisive. I don't have a problem with both theories. Like having it in one place every year means you can prepare, you can do stage and everything, but then the other major cities around the country and the world lose out on the ability to bid. So I get it.
Yeah, I don't think it's even logistically possible to do that because especially for like the Rumble, especially being around Super Bowl time frame, you don't know because like the NFL, the location of the Super Bowl changes every year. For Major League Baseball, the location of the World Series changes every year depending on which two teams are in it. So it's. I don't like it just because I feel like it excludes so many people from being able to experience it at least once in their life. Now, granted, I live in Pennsylvania and the WrestleMania I went to was in Florida. So it's
right. So you have a good theory there. And maybe if they keep moving it around with Survivor Series being in Houston, maybe War Games will actually burn the stadium down. That'd be awesome. Fuck the Astros. Anyway, bunch of cheating. Anyway. Can you tell I'm a Dodgers person? Anyway,
I mean, I'm a Yankees person. I get the fuck the Astros thing.
Well, yeah, it's the Astros have home redeeming quality. They had Nolan Ryan on the roster at one point. Like for me, that's it.
Yeah, that's about it.
But I do love the color scheme that they use because they've got the blue and the orange, and other than the Edmonton Oilers having the same colors, which I also hate those bastards, they make for a good pay-per-view logo. So there you go.
Yeah. Now here's my question to you, and this has been also hotly debated. You think War Games has run its course?
Yes, as just another, much like Hell in a Cell did, much like Chamber,
TLC.
I think Chamber serves its purpose in its placement in the year.
Yeah.
If you have Elimination Chamber any other time of the year, it's like, what are we doing? But having to book around a Hell in a Cell match in October made it run its course.
Yeah.
War Games just being, okay, we need to get 5 people on each side that want to beat the shit out of each other so bad they have to cage them. Yeah, it has.
But even... And maybe this is just because Blood and Guts ran up a similar time last year.
Mm-hmm.
there is such a stark difference in the presentation of both. Like Blood and Guts feels more like a war than War Games does.
No, it does.
And, like War Games just feels like a bounce house in comparison.
I really feel like, and I'll disagree with Cape Rayer's comment about it being stale in 95, because 96 and 97 was WCW versus NWO, and neither of those matches were stale.
No.
Oh my God.
96 was a massive part of that storyline.
Yeah, God, the big Sting angle 96, Kurt Hennig turning the 97. My God, those were great. 98 was dog shit. Let me be clear.
98 was
98 with the triple threat War Games where DDP became a number
where
one.
You can win by pinfall. Yeah.
And the Warrior having to do his magic tricks cost Davey Boy Smith his career, nearly his damn life.
I mean, it did cost him his life essentially in the long
run.
Well,
yeah, that's fair. So yeah, I don't have a problem with War Games as a concept. It's one of my favorite match concepts, and always praise the dream, baby. But as okay, we have to do this. No, and I think part of the staleness of War Games also made the Bloodline stale. Having to, because what other logistical faction are you going to put inside that cage? The Bloodline is the most dominant faction on television. They're going to be part of it because there's enough of them to go around.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to be the Vision right now.
Oh, hey, no, you know what? If the Vision is in it and Maxine's the poster girl, I'm okay with that.
The Vision has glaucoma. Let's be honest.
I've been waiting for somebody to make that joke. I'm so glad it was you.
It's just so.
It's so bad.
It feels like such a cursed stable. Like everybody in the order that they entered the stable got injured. Like Seth was the first. He got injured.
He got hurt.
And then Braun got injured. And then Bronson got injured.
Yeah.
And it was
in
just,
War Games. Yeah. Well, no.
Well, he got injured Bloodline year.
I would love if that stable had done what it was supposed to do much. And again, it's so odd to me that, something that Paul Heyman had such deep handprints on flopped. And again, it wasn't so much that they flop. It's just like you said, the injury bug didn't bite them. The injury infestation swarmed them.
Yeah.
Like it was just bad.
And like the entire point of the stable, I believe, was to elevate Braun Breaker to be the next big guy.
100%.
And like when Seth got hurt, that hurt them in the long run, I think.
Yeah. I personally think they pulled the trigger on dropping Seth too fast.
Well, I feel like they had to write him off somehow because he was off TV for months, and that's what they went with.
But like, I feel like if he hadn't been the world champion, it could have been done a lot differently. Where like they had to get him off. They at least had to get the title off him. But if he had not been turned on, he still could have been the obnoxious, talking, swarmy heel and just directing traffic. And that's how you build the turn. Because he's sitting there barking orders at Bronson, at Braun, and, just pissing Heyman off by, directing it without having to follow through physically. That's how you turn Braun Breaker against him. That's how you turn Braun. It's like, fuck you, dude. Are you talking to me like that for you, gimpy? And that's how you do it. But he was champion. So they had to, I guess, felt they had to go to extremes.
I feel like the problem I have with War Games is there's no stakes. There's nothing to fight for other than to have a match.
Right.
And it's the same problem I had with certain Survivor Series matches too. That I understand like the concept of the early Survivor Series were just, Survivor Series matches were the entire card or the card for the most part.
Yeah.
But like when you look at the late Attitude Era, early Ruthless Aggression Era, you see 2001, WWE versus the Alliance, winner take all. Big
Yep.
stakes match, great Survivor Series match.
Yes.
2003, Team Austin versus Team Bischoff.
Yep.
If Austin wins, he gets full control of his like co-GM, and if Team Bischoff wins, then Austin's fired or his career's over, whatever the situation was.
Yeah.
2004, with our buddy Maven in the main event.
Yep.
You know, the winning team gets control of Raw for 4 consecutive weeks.
Was that what it was? Because I remember the babyfaces got control, but like if Evolution's team would have won, that would have been the same thing in reverse.
It would have been the same thing. Yeah.
Okay. Couldn't remember. But 22 years ago, which pardon my spine curving behind you in the distance. Oh, golly.
And the weird thing about that storyline, and it's always stuck out to me, even before like Maven and I were buds.
Yeah.
It's always stuck out to me that Maven turned during that storyline.
Yes.
But like he had his world title match, then the Battle Royal a couple weeks later, he turned heel on Eugene or the week after,
so
whatever
strange.
it was. But
yeah, well, Cape Ray, to be fair, the entire storyline would have been great if half of the Alliance wasn't WWF superstars, not just the match.
Yeah.
I was talking about Invasion, is it yesterday? I think it was on the review yesterday.
It's been 25 years since.
Trust me, 2001 being 25 years ago is just living right here all year. Year. Graduation from high school, my car accident, the sale of WCW, the end of ECW, the fever dream that was the Invasion and the Survivor Series that year.
Shane McMahon, Kurt Angle, and the greatest match ever.
Hell yes. Yeah. I'm sure both of them are feeling every bit of that 25 years today when the anniversary happened. My God.
Listen, I've brought this up on the show before.
You did.
I'm not saying that I made Shane McMahon tweet about that by tagging him on Twitter and Instagram, but I'm not saying it either.
Not saying it. Yes, exactly. Oh, you know what it was? The question, one of the super chats we got was, what's the better song attached to wrestling? My Way by Limp Bizkit for WrestleMania 17 or Lonely Road of Faith for Kid Rock, which was the one like right after Survivor Series, I think it was, or going into it.
I feel like My Way is more iconic than Lonely Road of Faith. I like both songs, don't get me wrong.
So that was the argument that I conceded. For a single match hype, My Way, like I don't think anything will ever touch that hype video for Austin Rock, like ever. But when you encapsulate the entire history of the WWF in that video going into the Survivor Series, and then later when they incorporated the NWO into it when they were coming in 2002, I love that. And I also, yes, I remember the whole Linda McMahon being drugged thing. Looking back, that ages more like goat's milk than anything in the history of the world between him drugging her and where they both are now.
Yeah.
Cap,
no.
That's a hard no.
That's a hard no. You don't understand the love I have for Shane McMahon.
No.
I very much appreciate the work he puts in. I understand, like, I accentuate it quite a bit on social media. And that is by design. And people know me as the Shane McMahon guy. So, like, I understand he wasn't the greatest worker in the history of the, like, I have that concept in my mind. Yes, Kurt Angle and Shane McMahon is my favorite match of all time. That doesn't mean it is the best match of all time. It's just one that I enjoy. The thing is, I'm not going to stop loving Shane O'Mac.
Nope. No.
That's just the way it is.
If you are coming into any of Greg's shows, streams, into his home and expecting him to not love Shane McMahon, you're going to sleep on the porch and not be on the stream. It's just what it's going to be.
That's pretty much it.
And yes, and that's the thing. You know, Cape Ray brings up the match with Test at SummerSlam '99.
Yeah, that was a fun match.
Pushes a lot of people. Where it was better than it should have been. Shane versus Test was great. Shane versus Kurt has no business being one of Kurt Angle's best outings, but it is.
Let me put it this way too. AJ Styles' best WrestleMania match was against Shane McMahon.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen to this list of people that AJ Styles has faced off at WrestleMania: Chris Jericho, Shinsuke Nakamura, Randy Orton, The Undertaker, The New Day, Edge, LA Knight,
Yeah.
Logan Paul. And his best match at WrestleMania out of those 9 was against Shane McMahon.
Yeah. And
I feel justified because that wasn't even like young Shane McMahon.
No,
that was gone for years, Shane McMahon.
And that wasn't just, I feel like Becky Lynch, not just you saying it. AJ said it. AJ Styles pointed it out at one point.
Yes, he did.
So, yeah, if the guy involved in the matches is pointed out, then, where does the argument go? If the participant in the matches talks about it with such revelry, is the right word? Revelry? I don't know.
Yeah, revelry, I think is the word.
Revelry, yeah. Shane's, AJ's done it. Kurt's done it. Kurt did it recently on social media for the anniversary. Tess, as far as Tess' single career prior to joining up with Albert and Trish Stratus, I don't think you'll find a better test match than Shane McMahon. Yeah.
In that same vein, Test also once wrestled like a 10-minute street fight with a broken foot on Monday Night Raw against Shane McMahon.
Yep.
And honestly, I give Test a lot of credit for that because
yes.
That was a ridiculous thing. It might not have been 10 minutes. It might have been like 7 or 8. But even still, wrestling a match on a broken foot, a street fight nonetheless, ridiculous.
And, again, not looking to overpraise the old man here, but, when Vince did step into the ring on a big stage, he tended to deliver. His match with Hogan had no business being as fun as it was. His match with Shawn Michaels had no business being as good as it was. But him and Shane at WrestleMania was even a great story. You had a great backdrop, the drama of Linda, Trish, and Stephanie also being involved. That whole match, that whole story, and Mick Foley choosing that to be the way he comes back to the WWF that year was refereeing that.
Yep.
Shane McMahon, people out there need to just suck it up and go, you know what? Yeah. Shane McMahon was not the athlete of the year, but Shane McMahon not being acknowledged for as good as he actually was, and even recently still was, is a crime.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where whenever Shane does get inducted into the Hall of Fame, because it's going to happen, like Stephanie's in already. So eventually Shane will be back, or Shane will be in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. And you best believe I'm getting that Shane O'Mac Hall of Fame jersey. Like you saw, like I showed you the picture of me and the one I got.
You did.
Which was funny enough, the night he turned heel and joined up with ECW.
I love that your Shane O'Mac jersey is that color scheme. And with all respect to Shane and the WWE at the time, that god fucking awful WCW logo.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
If I could find the King of the Ring one.
Oh, right. Oh,
I would own that in a heartbeat.
Dude, I know. So was that, if it was a site that's, worth the praise, where did you find the WCW one?
eBay.
Did you really? Okay.
Yeah. So I had to Google search it because WWE doesn't have Shane O'Mac stuff. I think they had like a very limited selection when he was there. Like they had like his WrestleMania 32, his 33. I think that was maybe 1 or 2 more. Yeah. But yeah, like it's one of those things that if they made a bunch of Shane O'Mac jerseys, I'd probably buy them.
Yeah, I feel like them having Shane O'Mac jerseys is like me working at Disney and Disney knowing what they hired in when they have merchandise come out.
Yeah.
It's this whole laundry pile right here because it's work. It's just it's retail at work.
Yeah,
it is what it is. If it's not wrestling, I finally think the Disney stuff out closets the wrestling stuff. That's the first time in my life. But
yeah, and I hope, I'm praying that if Shane McMahon gets inducted, it's not next year.
Oh God, right?
Because listen, I know I'm re-upping my passport to like get the book, but I'm not going to Saudi to watch Shane get inducted. I'm sorry, it's not happening.
Yeah, so again, it's one of those for me, pretty much anybody else can go in next year. Not Shane and not John. Please don't let it be John. And I know people, John's one of their favorites over there, and one of the royalties. And it's like, that's more likely, and it upsets me. It upsets me a lot.
I feel like that's something they're going to do.
I know. And it's like,
realistically, they could have done it this year because like he retired in 2025. So they could have legitimately put him in 2020.
I don't think he wanted
the headliner
to.
This
he was
year?
Good being host
Stephanie,
guy.
Right?
Jesus, Jeff Cashin on side of couch. Who was that?
I don't know, but like that's a guy who says I don't defend my title. Listen, I am writing questions for a tournament.
Hey, yeah, no, we are collaborating right now on the questions, and despite some public belief to the contrary, it is not me writing the questions. It's me listening. How's this? Great. Yeah. And I'm not hosting, just so everybody knows.
Yeah. I'm coming up with the questions. I'm hosting. I'm editing. It's like tournaments before. Like it's nothing new.
Nope. And the winner will be handsomely rewarded as ever.
Yeah. But I will say this. Because I'm not in the match, man. Like that's how can Greg write the questions? I'm not competing in the match. Have you watched the tournaments? I've done.
He obviously hasn't. So
4 or 5 of them where I write the questions, have a tournament, and whoever wins that tournament faces me.
And questions that he doesn't write. Yeah.
I don't write the questions for the championship match.
Yeah, that's stupid. Yeah.
Like.
Okay.
Because
we're going to put you on timeout just because I'm tired of reading your comments. Okay.
So I do want to say this. This tournament is going to be a little bit different. Than previous tournaments because none of the participants are going to know who they're going to face in the first round.
Nope. It's all blind.
They might not even know who they're going to face in the second round. I don't think I have a bracket designed yet. So this is going to be, you have to pay attention. You have to tune in because you don't know who's going to face who until you see that graphic to say, hey, this match is going live.
Yep.
And I'm also, collaborating with someone to do the rules reading because love Sarah Priebus, love her to death.
Yes.
But she's not a wrestling person.
No.
So I want to collaborate with somebody who is, and that's currently in progress. So we'll see when that happens.
Yeah, that's a good point. Randy Orton's probably close to an induction too. It's just like, what is his status? He has not been there since Mania, right?
I think he's just taking time off.
Okay.
I don't think he's hurt.
No, I don't think he is either. I don't. You said I very strongly feel that John is a candidate for next year, which again chaps my ass to no end. Randy, I don't think they'll do until he's definitively done.
Yeah.
And until they have another one in the States. I think the rare exceptions of active inductees has been for storyline purposes. Flair, Ray. Ray getting inducted and having Dom and Rhea walk out during the ceremony was a great touch.
Oh yeah,
So, I'm here for that.
I feel like in real life, Dominic kind of felt pain that he had to do that because like that's his dad.
Sure.
Like,
yeah. Again, getting to encounter Dom before that big turn, he's a good kid. And he was brought up proper, and he was around the business far too young. He said himself he didn't like doing the stuff, 21 years ago. Was a fan of wrestling, but not a fan of him being in it. But now it's great fodder for storyline. Now I've had a 20-year career. It's like, just shut the fuck up.
it pops me though. Like it's so good. Like he referenced like when Ray brought up Eddie, he was like, keep my dad's name out of your mouth. Like that's just,
it's so funny.
I feel like that rewards the longtime fans who get it.
Oh, it does. Yeah. I have one of my dearest friends in this world, who I've known now for over 12 years. She was a wrestling fan prior to her and I meeting. She stopped watching because of that storyline. She was so offended by it. I'm like, wow. Okay. You know what? Whatever it takes to justify it. You know what I mean? Like, some people just can't fuck with that. And I get it. What? Sorry.
But like the thing with wrestling, and sometimes people do take wrestling a little too seriously.
Yep.
But that was just to, generate heat. That's all it was.
And I wonder now if it would be looked back on with such mixed reaction, because for the most part, everybody loves the story and how, everything. Had Eddie not passed and had Eddie turned heel after the Batista program, because if you believe all the stories and everything since then, he was supposed to
win the title,
become the world champion.
Yeah.
In a triple threat with Randy and Batista sometime after his passing. If he'd have been the heel world champion again, facing your boy Shawn Michaels, which would have been,
oh my gosh, that match would have been sick.
Dude. God, imagine that, him and Shawn again instead of, Vince and Shawn was a hell of a lot of fun.
I don't think they would have done the God angle with Eddie. I don't.
No. I know they wouldn't have. But what I'm saying is, because Shawn didn't wrestle Eddie Guerrero, we got the whole, because that whole story started at the end of 2005.
Yeah.
So
because they were going to induct Bret Hart and all that stuff.
Yep.
We also wouldn't have got the classic Shane and Shawn match at Saturday Night's Main Event. That match was fun.
That match was way more fun than it deserved to be. And that was one of the early Saturday Night Main Event returns where
that was the first one.
Yeah,
the first one they did when they came back.
And some of those shows were rough. But that match was fun. It's but anyway, with Eddie and Ray was such, I look back at that now, and what's really funny about that story is when they did One Night Stand, they kept kayfabe because Eddie came out in the heel theme, and Benoit was just pissed at him. It was just so fun.
I feel like of all the Eddie Benoit matches, like that one just felt off though.
Well, it was off. And again, hindsight is a blessing and a burden.
Yeah.
You look back, you go, probably a few reasons why it was off. It's really strange to think back on that whole time period between, the story with Ray and then his passing, and then the 2 years in between his passing and what happened with Chris. It's just a lot of, you look back at little moments and it's easy to plug in things looking back and go, okay, well, this is why. It's like, we don't really know.
Yeah.
But, just, it's strange to me as a fan to think of, MVP's big moment as U.S. champion was because they were moving Chris Benoit to ECW.
Yeah.
and that was Chris's last WrestleMania.
Yep.
And he still didn't win the U.S. title there. It wasn't until after that
Judgment
MVP,
Day, I think.
It was Judgment Day, which again, that's a decision that I look back and I go, man, if they'd have pulled the trigger with MVP at WrestleMania, he could have had even a longer run. It would have been over a year, I think, because Matt didn't win until Backlash 08.
Yeah, he was in the Money in the Bank match at WrestleMania 24.
Yes, he was.
And lost the title to Matt Hardy at Backlash.
After Matt had gave him the side effect off the ladder in Orlando.
Twist of Fate.
Oh, it's Twist of Fate? Oh, okay. That was side effect. Okay. I'll have to go back and watch. But I believe you because, that's the other thing I was going to ask you. Talk about Money in the Bank.
Yep.
I feel like Roman really buried Seth being the most prolific and probably the best Money in the Bank cash-in guy. Because he completely negated the importance of both of them with that one promo.
I think it was more of a shot to the second cash-in than it was the first. Because the first one, he cashed in and pinned Roman. So...
Well, right. But that's what I'm saying. Both times he's cashed in, both times he cashed in and became champion, it was a big elaborate thing. And again, if that had been the go home show for SummerSlam, I think it would have been a little more effective. But now you got to do 2 more weeks of TV. So it's creative is what it is. We talked a lot about it yesterday, and I don't want to get wound up again because it was just the whole booking of Oba relinquishing the championship opportunity befuckles me. I don't understand it. And you can't make it make sense. There's no way you can retcon it in any way to make it make sense. Because both him and Heyman said it out loud. So there's nothing we can do.
And if the fact is that he relinquished his shot as opposed to postponed it, which I thought it was initially postponed. Like I thought that's the initial,
which is fine, but
which is still dumb. But I understand his reasoning. Be like, hey, if I would have taken this shot, you would have cost me it anyway. It's like, okay, like I'll give you a pass there. But it's like if you're gonna have somebody else challenge for the championship, have them win King of the Ring.
Yeah,
like have Brock cost Oba the first round or something,
right?
And then build to SummerSlam.
Yeah. Both
don't book yourself into a corner and then take a sledgehammer and bust out the wall to make it make sense because you don't. It's
both and having the Queen of the Ring final essentially be, and now the championship match is a rematch. Like,
the King and Queen of the Ring this year makes me want that concept to go away. And here's the thing too. I'm a stickler for tradition. It's not the King of the Ring tournament because it doesn't take place in the same night. That was the entire point of the King of the Ring tournament. When it first came to pay-per-view in 1993, you had the entire tournament on that show.
Yes, there were qualifying matches to get there, but you had...
They weren't fatal four-way qualifying matches either. They were singles matches the way it should be.
You had a field of 8 start the night, and one guy was left as King of the Ring.
Yep.
And what's funny is, I think about 94, not 94, they did 8. I take that back.
Yep. 95, I think they did 8. 96.
96, they did not. 96, they had semis and final. That was it.
Yep.
So after 95, which was King Mabel, and you were there at the payoff for that King of the Ring winner.
Yeah, that was my first show ever. SummerSlam 1995.
Dude, that sense makes you just want to hug you for all time. Like your first show was SummerSlam 95. Like, oh my God.
Here's the thing. I was 8. So no, I was 9. I was 9 years old. So I'm not thinking about the logistics of booking at 9 years old because, hey, I think it's a shoot. So
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. What's funny is the year before was when I found out that it wasn't a shoot because it was at a house show. WCW house, the only WCW show I ever went to. I love the idea of having these gimmicks in place, having War Games there as a okay, these two sides need something to definitively end it. Having King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring to determine the championship matches, or one of, on each side at SummerSlam. Having the Royal Rumble determine the WrestleMania challenger. Having the Chamber determine the other WrestleMania challenger. Like, if there's stakes and it makes sense, great. You know, having the Hell in the Cell match pop out every so often, like with Finn and Edge, like with Oba and Brock in a couple weeks. Great. Don't make you have to build to 2 or 3 Hell in a Cell matches in the same. That's the other thing. Having more than one on the same night fucking killed it too. You know, I feel like the only reason the Rumble concept has not worn out its welcome is because the stakes are justified. The winner of this match faces the champion on our biggest show. And there's even a discussion that could be had about making the Rumble 2 nights. That way you get more people a PLE payday.
All right. I think that's going to do it for us for this episode. Jeff, I will see you on finale night.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'm actually going to watch Dynamite tonight because I'm off. I'm going to sit down and watch AEW. It's been a minute. But I'm curious what they do now that the title is once again off MJF. Like, what the fuck?
But this is not the last time we're going to be on camera together. Like, the finale night is happening. We're also planning on doing a watch along of SummerSlam.
We will.
So August 1st and 2nd, we will be behind the mics doing this again.
As long as the mouse provides me the days off, like I asked for, Mickey, please.
And Cap, real quick, like, I like your idea, but I'm going to tweak it just a little bit. I think that the winning War Games team should compete in like a fatal 5-way match or like a 5-pack challenge or something to determine who's number 30 in the Rumble.
Yeah. Didn't they give that to the Mixed Match Challenge?
Yeah, the Mixed Match Challenge got number 30 in the Rumble in 2019.
Yeah. Just something. It didn't have to be this big elaborate fucking thing. It's just simple stakes, man.
Make the match worth it to us.
Yeah. War Games needs big pomp and circumstance because it's fucking War Games, but give us a reason, like a legit, like, bite into a reason, not just throw them again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Cap will be on the show next week to fill in the spot, and then we'll have Big G. At least that's planned as of right now, in 2 weeks. And then in 3 weeks, the last weekly episode of the Greg Cherry Show. I'll pop back in for like specials and whatever, because we got to do the Royal Raffle. That's
have to
because that's a big important one for me.
Yes,
we'll do a Christmas show, I'm sure, and probably the WrestleMania prediction, so Ella can lose for the 3rd year in a row.
Dude. She lives in Buffalo. Doesn't she suffer enough? I mean, Lord.
Yeah, that's fair. 4 straight Super Bowls and no wins.
You, Ella. I do. I'm sorry.
We both do. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Don't be a jag, and we'll see you next time on the Greg Cherry Show.